Drafting with Numot. Hey friends, Kenji back for another draft, and this time it's going to be Ultimate Masters. They're doing some Ultimate Masters flashbacks on Magic Online right now, so I figured we'd give that one a shot. And like any Masters sets, you're going to find a lot of good cards in these packs, so as opposed to a normal draft where, you know, there might be a few good cards in any individual pack, you are going to see a lot of good cards in all the packs. Anyways, our rare this time is Wall of Reverence. Definitely a very strong rare. People don't give it enough credit, I think. Blocks a lot of creatures. I'm not going to say everything, as there are some very large creatures in this format, but blocks a lot, and the life gain is certainly significant. My pick here is probably going to be Shriekmaw, just as a very solid creature, but you have things like Young Pyromancer, Face Fetters, you know, some other good cards as well, but pretty hard to pass up a Shriekmaw, just does so much. So we will first pick that. And what do we get past here? An Unholy Hunger, which isn't bad for sure. It's a solid removal spell. But I'm actually going to look at the Reckless Worm here. I think red-black is a nice aggro strategy, and there are some really good madness themes in this format, and Reckless Worm is one of the better payoffs to do so. I think it might even just be one of the best cards in this pack anyways, so I think I'm going to lean on the Reckless Worm here and pass perhaps the Unholy Hunger. See if that works out. A lot of good strategies that you can do in this format. One of my favorite being Blue-Red Madness. Ton of good discard effects, ton of good madness creatures and whatnot. Really want to pick up like Frantic Searches for that to work, but something that's really, really solid. There are also Eldrazi in this format. And I'm not even just talking like Ulamog's Crusher, which is in the format as well, but like Emrakul itself is also in the format. In fact, Kozilek and Ulamog are also in the format, if I remember correctly. But anyways, let's get our next pack here, and we have a third pick, Wild Mongrel, which I think is probably just the easy slam pick. Brawn is solid. You have a Dimir Guildmage, which is also good, but I think Wild Mongrel is easily the best card in this pack. And Red-Green Madness is also a really good strategy. Red-Green aggro, as it were. Green actually has a few different ways to discard cards, and Wild Mongrel is obviously the best of them. Okay, next pack. Got an Anger here, which isn't terrible. Got a Hooting Mandrills, which is quite nice. Prey Upon is fine. I'm really a huge fan of Pulsum Rasa, just so much value over the course of a game. Hissing Iguanar is fine as well. Well, I don't think Anger is as good as any of these other cards over here. I think I might take the Mandrills over the Iguanar. Let's go like that, see what happens. And maybe this time now we can take the Iguanar over it. There's a War Leader's Helix here, which is a very, very powerful card, but I think let's just go with the Iguanar, go for that aggro plan. Maybe move that Shriekmaw to the sideboard. We haven't really seen much black afterwards anyway, so I don't mind doing that. Ooh, either Snipe and a Blast of Genius. Man, this card is so nice. Really like Blast of Genius. That might be worth splashing here, in all honesty, as Nightbird's Clutches and a Raid Bombardment aren't really doing much. This is easily the best card in the pack, and then Snipes is second best, so let's just take the Blast. Fixing in this format, I believe there are Evolving Wilds. There are Kadama's Reaches. I'm sure there are a few other things I'm forgetting, but there is fixing, so it's not like impossible to splash here. As we get a Wild Hunger now. Nice. One of the better combat tricks I think you can find in any format, really. I mean, this was originally from, what, Avacyn Restored or something, or Dark Ascension, something like that, and this was a beating there. And, well, it's going to be good here. It just gives such a huge power boost, as well as having flashback and giving trample, so it's not just like, you know, if they block with a creature, you get to eat their creature. No. You're probably trampling for extra damage. Excuse me. Okay, Reckless Charge, not bad. Scuzzback Marauders, also pretty solid. They have some good combos with like the Marauders in the format as well, in the form of Shed Weakness, which is another combat trick. removes 1/1 counters. Mammoth Umbra also fine. I think I'm going to go with the Scuzzy. Two very powerful cards in our sideboard, though. Easily splashed should I find some fixing. But for now, let's stay base red-green. Okay, pick 9. This is the wheel. And Hero of Lena Tower is very good in the Aura deck, another green-white Aura deck. Is in the format, just like in, the previous format that I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was, what? Theros? Yeah, Theros. Where creatures mattered with enchantments and whatnot, like Conviction and Targeting. There's another green-white deck in the format, but just the Reckless Charge here for us. It's another good way to get in some random damage out of nowhere, and there's that Shed Weakness I was talking about. Although we do have a few other good cards here. Undying Rage and Miming Slime with Wild Mongrel is quite potent. Think about it. You go turn 2 Wild Mongrel, turn 3 attack, discard a few cards, even just like 2 or 3, and then Miming Slime, make yourself a 4/4/5/5 is quite a good curve. And I do have a lot of other high power creatures. Oh, this is high variance though. If you don't have another creature on the battlefield, it doesn't do anything. So I'm actually going with the Undying Rage here. I think it's a powerful card. Remember, you can put this on your opponent's creatures, and that will make it so they can't block. And presumably with this deck, you're the aggressor, so giving your opponent's creature +2/+2 is oftentimes not relevant if you're beating in for the lethal damage. Okay, we wield the Anger, which is not bad. Alright, looking like a good red-green start. There's a Pulse of Marasso here. We could also play the Shielding Plaques, although I don't think that's as necessary in this style of deck as it would be in the Heroic deck. So let's just take the Pulse here. Pulse is also fine with Wild Mongrel, of course. And yeah, we might even end up running the Nightbird's Clutches. So I think we solidified ourselves in a pretty good position for going into pack 2. And we did open on another Wild Mongrel. Engineered Explosives are rare. Obviously a very good constructed card, but quite fewer applications here in a limited format. There's a Become Immense. If you guys remember Travel Preparations, that was a fun one from Innistrad. Hissing Iguanar, Spider Umbra, but easy Wild Mongrel here. I only have 1 Reckless Worm, but still, turn 2 Wild Mongrel is good. Also, it feeds our Hooting Mandrills, for instance. As we're probably just going to take a Faithless Looting at this point. It's not like the Super Enabler it would be in Constructed, and I don't have a ton of Madness cards right now, but I think it has the highest upside. Spider Umbra and Crushing Canopy, just okay. Of course, you could always play Cathodian, any deck, but let's take the loot. And yeah, this is looking pretty good. Curve's nice and low. Would like to pick up a few more low drops if possible. I just want to get my more 2s and 3s and maybe a few more 4s. And we'll be good to go. Don't need to really maximize. Like if I opened a Woodfall Primus or something, it's not something that we'd really want to play in this deck. Alrighty, well now we have quite the choice, as there are some nice ones in this pack. There's that another Reckless Worm, which would be good, as I do have the double Mongrel and the Looting. There's also a Thermo Alchemist, which this is just a card that does so much damage over the course of a game if your opponent doesn't deal with it. Even if you don't have too many instants and sorceries, 1 a turn just adds up, So, kind of interesting pick here. I do like the fact that Alchemist comes down early, but the draws where I just go like turn 2 Wild Mongrel, turn 3 Reckless Worm are kind of gross. So I think I'm going to go for the high upside pick here and take the Reckless Worm number 2, but would not be surprised if Alchemist was correct. Also, if you guys want to see something sweet, Through the Breach in the format, and again, all the Eldrazi are in, so you can actually go in and live the Through the Breach combo. Alright, what do we have here? Firewing Phoenix is a pretty good 4-drop. I found it to be a lot better than initially given credit for. It's just, like, yeah, it has 2 toughness, but it's so good in a prolonged game of any variety, It's just continuous 4 damage in the air until they kill it, and then if they do, well, you get to bring it back. So think I'm going to take the Firewing Phoenix here over the second Hissing Iguanar. Also another combo here. We have Groundskeeper with Wild Mongrel. You can discard lands, basic lands, to your Wild Mongrel, and then return them to hand with Groundskeeper, and get a lot of value that way. Another solid pack here. Seize the Day is the rare. This is a fine card. I don't think we're going to want it in this deck. The fact that you only get to do it for one creature is kind of annoying. If your creature's a Vigilant, sure, it's good, but it's certainly no... oh god, what's the other name? Starts with the R. I can't think of it, but yeah. The one that lets all of your creatures attack. I think I might just go with the Prey Upon here. Arena Athlete, not too good in our deck. It would be okay. We do have, what, the Reckless Charge and the Wild Hunger, but I think the Prey Upon might be a little bit better here. As we take a Soul's Fire, that's a good one. Good removal spell that not only kills a creature if you wanted to, but it can also go face, and it's just really powerful with Wild Mongrels, right? Again, you can discard a ton of cards to your Mongrels, and then Soul's Fire their face for extra damage. Another Looting, another Prey Upon. Still need more creatures, so this is kind of an awkward pick. I suppose I'll just take the Looting, number 2, though I might not run it. We really need to find some more creatures at this point. I'm currently only at 9. Maybe I've taken a few too many creature pump effects and interaction. Let's see, we have 6 more cards. Yeah, so if I can pick up like 6 more creatures, would not be awful. Ooh, and another Hooting Mandrill is gonna be real good. Patchwork Gnomes is another fine way to enable any Madness cards, but since we only have 2 worms, don't really need to play a medium 3-drop. I'd certainly rather just take the Mandrills here. And yeah, I'm okay taking another Anger. Again, we have the double Wild Mongrel, and maybe now the double Faithless Looting would be worth it. Say over that Spider Umbra. I think that's okay. Okay, we'll take the Spider Umbra now, question mark? No, let's take Sideboard Crushing Canopy. I don't think I'd end up running this Spider Umbra anyways. There's that Through the Breach. Alright, I'll take it just in case I open Eldrazi in pack 3, just for the fun of it, but even if I did, I'm not sure I would play it. Notably, I haven't seen any Kadama's Reaches. Also, I don't think I've seen any Ulamog's Crushers, so I'm going to take these Groundskeepers here. Again, they do combo with Wild Mongrel, and they're just fine with like Faithless Lootings and whatnot, so... In fact, I might even main deck 1 or 2. Like, we already have 4 cards that this is fine with, you know? It's especially good with the Wild Mongrel. It's not great standalone, but... I mean, if I pick up like a 3rd or 4th Wild Mongrel even, then that's really going to add to that. I think it looks like a pretty easy Mad Prophet here for us. Good cards in the pack. Last Gasp, Rolling Temblor, Frantic Search. But Mad Prophet's basically the only thing here for us, and a fine one in our deck. Ooh, a Conflagrate. That doesn't seem too terrible. Nice little burn spell. Oh, here's some more of those heroic creatures I was talking about. Don't think we've seen too many of them yet. But yeah, hard to pass up a bad Fireball. Fireball is still Fireball. Ooh, we finally see a Fire Nice. It's a common, so I'm surprised we haven't seen very many others of those. Passing a Containment Priest. Deranged Assistant, one of the better cards in the Graveyard Matters deck, the blue-black deck. Even pretty good still in the red-blue deck. And yeah, that might be our deck there. I mean, we still have a lot of this last pack that we haven't seen, right? That was only pick 3 here of pack 3. So we will see. Okay, here's pick number 4. We have a Become Immense here, which I don't think I'm going to play. I already have 2 Hooting Mandrills, so I don't really want too many Delve cards. That, and we have a Molten Birth, which is not exciting either, but probably good enough. Not a great pack for us. Let's take the Molten Birth and consider playing it, but maybe we don't. Okay. Here's some fine cards. Generator Servant's actually a really solid one, IMO. Might be able to place like the Pulse of Marasa with it, or maybe the Nightbird's Clutches. Let's take the Servant. And another Servant here. I might play both. I don't think that's bad. It's probably better than just Groundskeeper, for sure. Okay, last few pickups here don't really matter for us. Oh, another Wild Hunger and a Thermo Alchemist, 8th pick? Jeez. Wow, that's really good. I think I might want the Alchemist here over Wild Hunger, but Wild Hunger is kind of insane. Dang. This is a tough pick for me here. I guess I'm going to go with the Alchemist, but I wanted both of those cards. Definitely not going to run 3 Anger. There's another Arena Athlete. Let's take the second Crushing Canopy for sideboard. If you want 1 Crushing Canopy, you probably want 2. This is 24 cards. Do I want to get away with 16 land? Probably want 17 still. I think I'm just going to cut the Faithless Looting. Alright, some more irrelevant cards here for us. Okay. Well, overall, pretty solid deck, I think. Green might not have been as open as I wanted it. I did take like a Wild Mongrel early and kind of stick to my guns, but I think overall this ended up pretty good. Blue-red might have been better. I did see a few Frantic Search go by, but overall this is going to be good. Oh, speaking of Frantic Search, geez. Okay, some irrelevant red card. I'll take the Ingot Chewer just in case. First pick Shriekmaw, don't get to play it. Kind of a late Blast of Genius, didn't end up running it. Yeah. Green might not have been as open as I hoped, but here we are. Still a good deck, I think. So we're just going to go 9 red, 8 green. Because we still want the green early for the Wild Mongrels. Let's do that. And submit. And yeah, let's go to round 1. Alrighty, here we are for round 1 of this Ultimate Draft. Ultimate Masters Draft, I should say. Ooh, this is a very slow hand. I'm not sure I want to keep this. Obviously it would snap keep with a Wild Mongrel or something, but I think I just have to mulligan this to 6. It's just way too slow. I'd be banking on hitting a Wild Mongrel or something. This one's fine. I don't know if it's all that much better, but at least I have a 2-drop. Reckless Worm also not looking at its best here without a way to discard it, but Turn 2 Thermal Alchemist could just do a ton of work, so keep it. Hope it works out. Alright, opponent kept their 7. Let's keep this 6 now. Bottom of Prey Upon, and off to the races we go. Not an ideal opening hand, but okay, well that's a little bit better now. So I could run out the Generator Servant and hope to hit a land next turn for a turn 3 Reckless Worm, which I think I'm going to do. It's also better this way if the opponent just doesn't have a creature. Then I get in for 2 damage with the Servant versus 1 from the Alchemist. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get in for 2. Opponent on red-white, which is another aggro color. Either just straight up aggro, or there is oftentimes the heroic sub-theme to a red-white deck. Though I think red-white is worse than green-white for those purposes. Opponent plays a Spark Splitter. Okay, did find another land. So if I want to, I can haste out a Reckless Worm this turn, which I think is not bad. But I'm gonna actually get just to go to attack here with the Servant and see if our opponent blocks. I'll use Wild Hunger if that's the case. They do. So I get to Alchemist Ping here. Wild Hunger, our Generator Servant. Get in for 2 trample. Untaps our Alchemist. And this way we still preserve for a following turn. Because I don't want to just run out the Reckless Worm sacrificing my Generator Servant if the opponent has like a Faith's Fetters or something that just becomes super awkward. Wrath effects in the format, I think it's just All Is Dust, but I don't quite recall. Ooh, Murderous Redcap's a nice one. Alright, shoot the Servant, we'll ping the opponent for 1. Okay, Hooting Mandrills. We are 1 away from casting that. Though, exiling my Wild Hunger from the graveyard is certainly awkward. Another 4-drop here. Ooh, a War Leader's Helix now. Damn. And that was a card that I passed during the draft. Ping for 1 again. Fire and Ice. I mean, as much as I want to keep the Wild Hunger, I think it's just too important to keep developing out my board, so let's say see you later to the Wild Hunger and delve out this Hooting Mandrills. Hope the opponent doesn't have a nasty Faith's Fetters or something. Alright, they won the flip on the Molten Rebirth. They won the flip on Molten Rebirth twice, so we might have ourselves a little bit of a problem here. Another 5-drop. Yikes. Well, I could attack. I could play Undying Rage and then attack. Doesn't seem 100% awful. They'd have to block with everything. I think that's probably just the line that we have to go for. Our hope is actually that they don't Penta block here. We'd rather them just take the 6 and try to stabilize, you know, with another creature or something instead. But looks like they are going to mass block. And this is fine. They're going to be left with a 1/1 Murderous Redcap. I get my Undying Rage back. Things could be worse. Hopefully they don't win another Molten Rebirth flip. That would be unfortunate. Alright, finally. And just a pass? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and block. It's a free roll attack from our opponent, so it makes sense for them to do so. It's another land for us finally, and we are, again, just forced to pass here. Need 1 more land before we can start doing some real damage. Another Spark Spitter, okay. Let's block one of the 1/1s. Let's ping. I think I'm just going to take the hit for 2. Not really worried yet about using the Fire and Ice. There's a Faithless Looting. Alright, so we can actually discard our Reckless Worm here as well. Make sure I ping first before the untap. Some good value finally. Ooh, it would be nice to hit like an Anger here as well. Anger discarding, or Faithless Looting discarding Anger, Reckless Worm. Soul's Fire. That's also a good one. So we're going to discard Reckless Worm, and I think I'm actually going to discard the 5th land. Opponent shows 3 cards in their hand. Could be holding on to double white cards like the Wingsteed Riders and whatnot. Alright, let's madness this out and just pass. They have a Thermo Alchemist, fair enough. All their creatures are pretty trashy, though. Or at least too small. And a Wild Mongrel, nice. Okay, so... do I just Undying Rage here? I don't think so. I think we go to a combat, attack with the worm. This would be a really good turn for us to like fire the 3/1 token that the opponent tries to produce, if they want to block my worm here. And again, we're really close to killing the opponent with the Thermo Alchemist and the Soul's Fire already. So they have another War Leader's Helix. Interesting. Okay. It's kind of unfortunate. Do I want a Soul's Fire in response? They're going to be gaining 4, going up to 16. That's so bad. Yeah, I'll just let it happen. Wish I had a way to pump it there, but... double Helix is pretty good. It's alright, though. We have the Wild Mongrel Soul's Fire combo, so... not doing too bad. They have an Undying Rage. Okay, so let's ping them in response. And now go for a fire on the token. And I'm actually going to fire off their Murderous Redcap too, in case they have something like Turn to Mist. I don't want them to be able to get extra value with the Redcap. This makes them lose their Undying Rage permanently. And a Mad Prophet deal. Okay. Ping them for 1. Do I want to Undying Rage my Wild Mongrel? Nope, let's just attack with the Mongrel, see what they do. They don't really have any good blocks, not with the number of cards I have in my hand, so I don't think they're going to do anything beyond maybe chumping with the token. And if they don't block, I could actually put them to, what, 2 life? Right? Discard the Forest, Undying Rage, Scuzz back. That makes our Wild Mongrel 5/5. Then use Soul's Fire, deal them another 5, and then I ping them for 2 with the Alchemist as well. I think that might be a little bit too greedy, though. I think I'd rather just play out the old Scuzzy. 5/2 Trample Persist seems fine here. And as they rummage away a Shred Freak, all right. So it looks like they're just basically mono red, splashing for those Helix. Especially if they're running the Rakdos Shred Freaks in their deck. Okay, another Molten Birth. Hopefully they don't win this again. They won like 3 or 4 times with the first one. Wow, they did win with this one too. Yikes. Okay. Slightly annoying. I have plenty of chumpers now for my Mongrel. Ping them for 1 end of turn. So, let's go like this. Let us Undying Rage our Scuzz back. Makes it a 7/4 trample. And I actually want to play the land here for Soul's Fire. Okay, so they are dead. So we're going to ping them for 1. Soul's Fire deals 7 damage to their face, untaps our Alchemist, and then they're going to take 3 trample. Got him. All right, well, we mulliganed into a kind of a stanky hand, but ended up working out. Opponent has a bunch of small creatures. I don't really have a way to abuse that. I mean, I have my own Molten Birth that I can sideboard in if I want to stop their rebirth. Excuse me. Might be better in this match if I cut, say, like an Anger and run the Birth. I think we're going to give that a shot. And let's go to game 2. Okay, here's game 2 of the first round of this Ultimate Masters draft. Another pretty awkward hand on the draw, especially. Yeah, I think we can do better. Let's just go to 6. Much better. We'll bottom the land. Turn 2 or rather, turn 2 Generator Servant into like a turn 3 Scuzzback if we want to. Could do some good work. Didn't pick up any of those shed weakness that I was talking about during the draft, but hopefully that's not too big of a problem. This guy's back. Does a lot of work. Super annoying. Okay, Mountain Pass. Reckless Worm wasn't a bad draw, given that we already have Mad Prophet in hand. Come on, Wild Mongrel off the top one time. Just a Thermo Alchemist, he says. Well, we're still going to lead with the Generator Servant because now it's looking like a very good turn for me to go for the turn 3 Reckless Worm or whatever, if I want to. Just gives me the most options. Although we do know that the opponent has, what, 2 War Leaders Helix in their deck, so it's kind of awkward, but I think we do it anyways. And I don't want to do the Scuzzback because they can just double block with the 1/1s. I'm going to go for this. Don't Helix me. Helix is bad news bears. I wonder if they're running Raid Bombardment in their deck. Ooh, Terramorphic Expanse means no Helix this turn, which is nice. The opponent just hits me. Oh, Fire and Ice. What a draw. Alright, let's attack. Now do I want to develop out the Mad Prophet, or do I want a Thermo Alchemist plus the Fire and Ice? I think I'm going to Alchemist plus Fire and Ice. Okay, I'm just going to block a 1/1, see if they do anything here first. And if they just pass, I'm going to assume it's a Helix. This is 5 mana. Oh, they have a Scuzzy of their own, eh? Okay. So we're just going to pass. I think what I'm supposed to do here is attack for 4. They block. Okay, I'm going to trample over for 2 damage. And then I just Fire and Ice away those tokens, or rather they're 2/1 toughness creatures now. Puts the opponent to 9. I'm at 11. Let's play the land out. It's a Helix? No, just a Prophet. See if they want to Madness anything out or just attack. Okay, I'll ping them for 1. They'll get in for 2. Let's play our own Scuzzy Buzzy. No Helix yet, which is a good sign. This is Murderous Redcap, it looks like. Yep, that's fine. It gets rid of the front side of the Marauders, but it still is a 4/1 Trampler currently. Discard at Plains. Alright, draw a card with the Prophet. Let's ping them for 1 in a turn, put them to 7. Aha! I drew a Molten Birth now. Alright, well, let's go to combat. They're going to have to probably block with more than they want, right? Because the trample. Because if they just put a 1/1, then they're taking 3 trample damage, which seems a little bit awkward. But maybe it's the play, especially if they already have a Helix in hand or something. Wild Hunger would be so good here. Okay, looks like they are going to triple block, perhaps. Oh, take it back. Single block. All right, so they're going to take 3 trample damage. And I'm going to ping them for... Well... No, you know what? This is the turn I'm going to get the Mad Prophet online. I don't have 4 red sources right now, so I wouldn't be able to Molten Birth twice anyways. I imagine this is probably a pretty close game, though, in all honesty. Especially if they have a Helix, then I think they're probably winning. Okay, they're going to loot, or rummage, I guess, discard a plains, draw a fresh card. Helix mana. They indeed do have a War Leader's Helix. Alright, so let's ping them for 1. They go back up to 7. We'll see if they want to attack with the red cap or not. They do. I'm not going to block, of course. And let's discard Forest. Draw another Forest. Undying Rage. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I think I'm going to rage up my Prophet and attack for 4. I think they're almost certainly going to block here. That's fine. Then we get to start Molten Birthing ourselves. Let's do heads. I lost. Never lucky. They still have 4 cards in their hand. It can't be good for us. And they won the flip. Man. Never lucky indeed. I kind of want to double block the Mad Prophet here. Go to 5. I'm just dead next turn. Is there a way I can win this game if I don't block? Probably not. Yeah, them hitting on their rebirths kind of sucks for me. I guess we're in rummage mode. And that doesn't do it, because even if I play the Mandrills, I have to block the red cap, but then the red cap pings me for 1, so... Looks like we are going to go to a game 3 here. Too many tokens. Just need to draw my Hooting Mandrills. Feels like. Hooting Mandrills, Reckless Worm. Good to go. Again, not much to do in sideboarding, so let's just go to a game 3. Turn 2 Wild Mongrel is the dream. Alrighty, game 3, round 1. Let's be on the play. No! I have the Mongrel in my hand, but I don't have any lands now. Gosh, did I mulligan every single game? Oh, yikes, and then we have this terrible hand. I guess I keep and hope there's a red source. Oh, okay. And we'll keep a Wild Mongrel on top. That's a pretty good one. So turn 2 Wild Mongrel and hope it goes the entire distance, I guess. If I draw a red source next turn, I'm certainly just going to Undying Rage it. Dang. No luck. Worm was a fine draw, provided I draw a mountain sometime soon. Here come the Molten Rebirths. Oh no. Well, that's not a red source either. Although, I guess a second Mongrel is still pretty good. And the good news is that we have so many quote-unquote dead cards in our hand right now that I don't mind just pitching, like the Servant and the Rage. This looks like a red cap. Yep. Go ahead and discard the Servant. Okay. Yeah, we're going to bash in. I'm just going to discard 2 cards here. Discard Fire and Ice. They'll bring it back and ping it again for 1. And I will discard, I guess, the Undying Rage. Okay, Old Scuzzy. Hey, a red source. Not bad. Not bad. Alright. Just attacking with both. Don't mind trading here for the front half. Gonna discard Reckless Worm just to get in for an extra point of damage. I think I just have to try to keep up the pressure. I'm gonna lose to a War Leader's Helix, but I mean, there's not much I could do about this. We just missed our lands too much. All right. Sure. What are they gonna do here? Fire and Ice, maybe? Looks like they have a Fire and Ice of their own. Make me discard 2 cards. Yeah. I mean, I gotta do it. Just unfortunate. Had to mulligan every game. We drew out of it in one of our games, but looks like this game is going to be a no-go for us. All in. All in. Helix. Would have scooped to another Helix there. Although, we are just taking way too much damage now. Alright, GG's. Finally had to turn 2 Wild Mongrel, but no land to back it up. Again, if I had drawn the Mountain with the Reckless Worm for a turn 3 Reckless Worm, ooh, that would have been sick. But looks like it's a no-go, but we will go to round number 2. Here's round 2 of this Ultimate Masters draft. We're on the draw, and our hand is fine. It's got stuff to do. I don't have to mulligan at the very least. Okay, there's a Reckless Worm to go with my Faithless Looting. So now I'm going to want to wait on this looting until at the very earliest, maybe turn 4. Do need a second red source for that to happen, though. Wow. Double Worm. Yeah, now I think I really need to hold on to the Faithless Looting and not get super greedy. Opponent leading on nothing but land, a white land. Excuse me. Misses their 3rd land drop. Okay, that's actually a pretty good one to discard to Faithless Looting as well, so maybe a really nice turn ahead of ourselves if we go Mountain off the top next turn. Ah, yikes. Unlucky for opponent. Variants. Discarding a Dimir Guildmage. So I'm going to guess that they're playing black then. Black-white is a common color combination in this format. So let's loot, and we're going to discard Mountain and Worm. Don't think I want to invest the time into buying back the Phoenix. I'd rather just hard cast it out with as many lands as I had. Wingsteed Rider, deal. And we're just going to eat that with Prey Upon. These are the type of cards that you need to kill immediately, otherwise they can just get out of hand. Yes, ping you for 1. Land Phoenix. Hit you for 7. And that should be all she wrote, especially with the Wild Hunger in our hand. Nope. Gonna keep playing. Alright. Maybe a Faith's Fetters. No, Swift Reckoning for my Hissing Iguanar. Leaves them at 1 to these 2 creatures. Yeah, attack with both. I don't think I'm gonna do anything but just pass priority here. Like, what am I scared of? I guess I can just Faithless Loot and discard this other Reckless Worm, but let's go like this. I guess I'm just showing them more cards this way, unnecessarily. But I mean, really, what are they going to do? Wonder why they... I guess they killed the hissing iguana, as it does the same amount of damage, if not more. Alright, they're playing white, but they discarded a Dimir Guildmage, so again, presumably white-black. Which means I'm not as huge on the Crushing Canopy. I mean, they're going to have like Crow of Dark Tidings a lot of the time as well, and we did see Wingstein Rider, so maybe it's fine to bring in one, but... I guess we'll just cut another Anger this time. Try it like that. Okay, here we are for game 2 of the second round. We're on the draw, and we don't have any green mana, but our hand is pretty good. Otherwise. Don't think I'm gonna Faithless Looting turn 1. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait. No rush. Flagstones of Trocaire. Forest here would be insane, but even if not, we have Thermo Alchemist. If I didn't draw a land this turn or next turn, I would probably have to just fire off the looting to find a land. And there's that Wingsteed Rider, which I cannot currently kill. Okay, there's the forest. Lovely. So let's just play Mongrel and pass, because now we can discard the Worm to the Mongrel instead of Worm to the Faithless Looting, although both are good. To see if the opponent has any way to pump up their Wingsteed Rider. They do! Alright, that's a 4/4 first strike with Totem Armor, so not going to be very easy to kill. Might have to go for the race plan here. So we ping our opponent for 1. Can I actually kill them next turn? It's close, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16. I can put them to 3 this turn? That's pretty funny. Alright. Let's just attack. I'll go ahead and discard one of these Reckless Worms. So you're up, OP. Ruined Halo? Oh my. What are they gonna name? Reckless Worm or a Wild Mongrel? You have protection from the chosen name. Alright, Reckless Worm it is. That's kind of funny. Now can I kill them? They have 1 black open? Let's see, I'm going to put them to 15 here. Then I can discard 4 cards. It should be 6, 12, 13, 14. I think I'm 1 short again. 6, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think I'm just short of killing them. Let's attack for 2. And I guess it's still good to go land Scuzzback Marauders. We just really need them to not play land plus Mark of the Vampire. That's how we lose this game, it feels like. Although they might not be able to attack here. Oh, no, I take that back. Another Wingsteed Rider. Alright, so that should be good enough to kill them now. So ping, they go to a 12. Prey upon. Oh, that's certainly good enough. Alright, so ping. Eat. Untap. Ping. Soul's Fire. Easy, baby, GG. Alrighty. Well, that game worked out pretty well for us. Opponent didn't get to do anything, unfortunately. They had some unfortunate starts, so let's go to round 3 and try to salvage a 2-1. And here we are for the last round of this Ultimate Masters draft. Let's play first, and oh baby, we got a mongrel. Can actually attack with it on turn 2 if I want to as well, if I discard the anger, which I might do. I don't think that's a bad idea. Let's do that. Wild mongrel. It's a nice hand. Just need to find some worms. Wild mongrel. Discard anger. Angry mongrel. Get him. Blue-green, okay. Deranged assistant from the opponents. Ooh, and we drew a Fire and Ice. Do I want to get the Generator Servant online? I think they might just block, so let's just attack for 2 here. And get the Alchemist online, and the Alchemist can start pinging immediately as well. Hopefully I don't get punished for leaving the assistant online for a turn. Kadama's Reach, okay. That is fine. Oh my gosh, they're playing at least 4 color. Ping them for 1. Draw a land. So now let's go start off with a ping with the Alchemist. Fire down their assistant and their face. Untap our Alchemist. Devoted Druid was milled. Yes. Let's play Servant. And we can attack for 4, putting them to 8. Nice and aggro. Five mana. What do you got? Walker of the Grove. So they just get a 4/4 here. Let's ping them for 1. Let's ping them for 1. Faithless Looting. Does that kill them? Let's see. Ping, they go to 5. Attack. They go to 3. Yep, that should be lethal. Let's attack with both. They're going to block the mongrel. Ping. So let's fire them for another 2. Ping, and then 1 and 2 from the Alchemist. All right, nice little turn 5 kill there. See the power of the wild mongrel. 5 color shenanigans, or 4 at least. 4 color shenanigans at the very least. I think I'm going to take out the Pulse in that case and just bring in the Nightbird's Clutches for some more aggro. And let's run it back like that. Alright, here we are for game 2 of the final round. Let's keep this hand. No turn 2 Wild Mongrel, but a pretty good overall hand. Again, not going to lead out with the Faithless Looting, as we want to save it for later. Plus, I might just Reckless Worm them on turn 3 here with the Generator Servant. I think that's probably a good idea, especially with the Wild Hunger in my hand. Ooh, but they are ramping out fast. Okay, they got double island here instead of any of their red mana, though. But 4/4 worm coming at you. Let's do it. Oh, Swift Awakening's no good for me. Alright, let's just Mad Prophet and attack for 2, as we don't really want to rummage this turn. Wickerbow Elder as a 3/3, that's fine. So, let's... Anger was a good draw. Let's discard the Anger, draw a card. And then let's actually go with Thermo Alchemist here over a Hissing Iguanar, because I don't want to attack with the Iguanar this turn. This is nice. This is nice. Opponent has 4 cards in hand. No blocks. Oh, and an Ancestor's Chosen. Gain 2 life. 4/4 first strike. Alright. So how do I want to play this now? I think I'm going to start by rummaging away this forest. Ooh, finding a mongrel's pretty good. Let's go... Don't need a ping yet. Let's go mongrel. Do I want to attack? I think I'm going to wait. No, I don't want to discard 3 cards. What am I talking about? Let's just play the mongrel and pass. We might be using the Hissing Iguanar to discard next turn. So the opponent plays another reach. Okay. No red this time, so maybe they took out the red in its entirety. That was the safest turn for a Soul's Fire, though, since the opponent was tapped out, but I don't think it's necessary. Ping them for 1. Let's rummage away another land. Hooting Mandrills was very good. Oh, actually, I can play Hissing Iguanar plus Hooting Mandrills this turn. Now, this loses the anger out of my graveyard, but I don't think I needed that anyways right now. So now we get to just pass and set up for a bonkers next turn. Draw 3 cards. Okay, that's kind of scary. 4 cards still in their hand, and they're just going to pass. Well, that's not good news for me. So let's ping them for 1. Hey, Nightbird's Clutches. All right. Ping them for 1 with the Alchemist. Clutch them, make it so they can't block. And that's lethal if they don't have anything. All right, go into attacks. Take it. All right, ping. GG. Yay, we did it. We salvaged a 2-in-1. Yeah, those draws with Wild Mongrel are just kind of bonkers. Only had 2 in the deck, but you guys can see the power level of it there in that match and the last match. So fun little fun little look at Ultimate Masters Draft. If you guys never had a chance to do so, it's on Magic Online right now with Phantom. Although I think by the time that this video goes online, it might not be up anymore. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for watching this video here on the MTGO Traders channel. And don't forget to check out all of my other draft videos here on this channel as well. We'll see you guys next time.